So what we have here are three kayaks that would typically be used in the surf. We have a very obvious river kayak, and this has some nice traits about it that allow it to be used successfully in the surf. But we also have two very dedicated surf kayaks that have lots of specialisms that make them exceptional in the surf. I guess you can't tell from looking from the top just what makes these quite so special. It's only when you flip the boats upside down and look at the hulls that the magic really starts to happen. So now that we've turned the boats upside down, you can really see that there's quite significant differences here. From the top, you'd probably have said that the plastic boat looked like it had the greater volume. So you can imagine for paddling out, that extra flotation makes it sort of fairly easy and comfortable to be in. But what we're looking for in a surf kayak is something that will behave well once we start planing and surfing down the wave. You can see, having flipped them upside down, the shape and the scale of the hulls are very different here. We have in the dedicated surf kayak, and this is a small surf kayak, we still have a big area in the middle that's both wide and flat for creating lift. That'll really get us speed to get us up and running once we're surfing on a wave. The other thing we've got is, if we go back to the plastic kayak, we've got a real nose rocker on there, and what that'll do, if there's too much rocker on there, you end up pushing a bow wave of water in front of you. That slows the boat down. The other thing we've got, if we just take our attention to the back of the boat, to the stern of the boat, the surf kayak continues pretty flat and then just finishes abruptly. So we've got lift all the way to the back of the kayak that'll be generated, and then no drag. The contrast with that, with the river kayak, is that it rounds off towards the tail, creating turbulence, and that would create drag on the wave. That again would slow us down when we're surfing. So you can have a lot of fun in either of these boats, but there's a reason this boat will go 3 times as fast on the wave. So we're going to take a few moments now just to look at the two surf kayaks. And it's fairly obvious that we have the equivalent of a longboard here and a shortboard. You know, it is a little bit like that in terms of your choice of surf kayaks. The longer boat will be a lot faster to move around in the surf zone, and actually when picking up a wave will be quite easy with a longer boat, because it has faster hull speed and its down the line speed is very good. When it comes to maneuvering and carving and redirecting energy, which we love to do in surfing, then the long rail of this boat is how it achieves it. With the shorter boat, with the shorter tail end on it and the shorter rail, it would, on a steep wave, if you try to carve, it might well spin out. And it's one of the reasons why you'll see fins in the shorter boat. They're essential, really. Without going into too much detail, if you're coming from a river kayaking background and this has been your boat of choice, but you've got an option to have a go in a surf kayak, I would have to say that you'll probably be drawn to this thing first. It feels, the look is very similar, you expect it to feel very similar, and it's very high performance-y. The harsh reality is you'll probably have a lot more fun and a lot more success if you get into the longer boat, which just allows you to maneuver easily in the surf zone and cope with just about any wave shape.